Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound mentally, relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, today our practice we're going to dedicate for one of our teacher. So before the pandemic, there was one of our meditation teacher used to come here every year and used to teach us, and a lot of our senior students know this venerable monk, our most venerable Homagama, Kondanna, Nayaka, Thero. So yesterday he passed away in London, and he was such a wonderful person, and at the same time he was a very compassionate teacher, and some of our students were fortunate to get the teachings out of him. So today we have to reflect on him, and this practice we're going to dedicate for him as appreciation, and at the same time as paying our respect and as paying our gratitude. So at the same time, we have to understand, as human beings, that we all going to go through this kind of situation. So no one can escape from the death. It doesn't matter we practice meditation or not, we know things or not, we do things or not, we all going to die one day. That is the bottom line. So when it comes to death, what is most important? Dying is not a serious thing. You know, when the death comes, it happens suddenly. But before we die, how we live, that is very matter. So then we have to reflect on ourselves and see, and out of this life, what we try to gain and how our behavior, and what we try to do. So then yourself, you have to always remember that one day we have to let go this everything. This all the material things, this body, and even sometimes we lose this all the memory, the thought patterns. And maybe we lose that our whole communication with outside, but it's still inside our own awareness. And when we have the inner conversation, that what we know and our self-experience going to be with us. So that's why we have to practice ourselves urgently. And there are a lot of things we have to do in day-to-day life. And we have done a lot of things in our day-to-day life. But still, by the time that everything going to go away. So when it comes to our life, there are mainly two parts. One of the important thing is we have to always look into ourselves and see what is our real expression. So who you are, what you try to express through your all the bodily, verbally, and mentally actions, and who you want to be, and where are you heading. So you have to look into that your expression is very matter. It's very important. That's why when it comes to that, our life, we know our life is a journey. And through this journey, we're not trying to maintain our life. Through this journey, and death by death, birth by birth, we have to become matured by accumulating profitable skills and become more better ourselves to understand the reality. It is not just a journey. It is just not just a journey that we go through experience. Through the experience, you have to develop an ability to come closer to the truth. Why we need to come closer to truth? Because in day-to-day life, with our own experience, sometimes we can have two kinds of experience. One is sometimes we go away from the truth, or sometimes we can come closer to truth. So why we go away from truth? So that's mean, so mostly we caught up in our own self-view, and we caught up on our own desires, and we can't recognize the truth as it is. And then what will happen? We're going to recognize the permanent things as impermanent and impermanent things as permanent. Right things as wrong, wrong things as right. So once it comes to that, our whole life will start to go towards difficulties. And there is another way. By the time you can come to a point, come closer to truth. So when you come closer to truth out of your experience, you recognize permanent things as permanent, impermanent things as impermanent. Truth as truth, and Profitable as profitable, unprofitable as unprofitable. And another way, you're going to recognize it is not an idea create inside your mind. So this is something that you have to understand very clearly. This is not something you create inside your mind. In the beginning, you have to develop a wisdom to see things as it is, rather than bringing some mental views and overtake that whatever the happening as it is, we overtake by our mental view. And that is why we go far away from the truth. So then it is a skill ourselves to develop, to see things as it is. So in day-to-day life, with this all the activities, even you can practice materially, physically. Very simple way. In the very first thing, try to accept, try to see things, try to allow things to be there as it is. And that will bring some kind of comfort to yourself. And at the same time, it gives some kind of a space for other things to exist. That gap, that what you create, you and within the experience or within the world, within the perception, it brings some kind of clarity for yourself to see things as it is. So when we interfere with mentally, physically, verbally, we can't find that gap. And then what will happen? And we go out of the clarity. Rather than seeing things as it is, we start to see things according to our desires, according to our views, according to our knowledge. And then we start to see things according to we know what we know. And we start to see things according to the way what we want. But that is not the truth. So that's why in the beginning, that understand that in which direction that you go is very important. So you should not wait for that to understand it. So before you get old, before you get weak, before you lose your memory, before you lose your mind, before you lose all the facilities, you have to, as soon as possible, you have to find that inner clarity within yourself. So your expression become more and more and more clear with that. And once it becomes clear, other part is the engagement. That how you engage with the world going to become totally different. Rather than when you become self-centered mind, you start to go away from the world, or world start to go away from you. But once you have the very clear view regarding your real expression, and once you have the ability to connect it to the truth and see things as it is, the engagement that happened with you going to become totally different, and it becomes so comfortable for you, and it becomes so comfortable for others and other things. And that is where you bring the compassion, the gratitude. And that is where you become more humble. That is where you bring more meaning to your life and doing something for other people. That is very necessary. So when it comes to Buddha's life, there is no any teachings that you can find that you have to find a way, just live by yourself. No. It's always, you have to remember out of this life. Even sometimes we are very limited to ourselves and we are very limited to our family. We are limited to our own people, our own community sometimes. We are very limited to our own nations. We are very limited to our people who are around us. But the engagement, when you have the clarity to see things as it is, you have ability to get out of that all the boundaries, layers, walls, and you become more compassionate person, flexible person, and not only just the compassion, you become more strong inside you, because sometimes the compassion, sometimes if you are so weak, your compassion doesn't work. So the real compassion is not a kind of like an emotional feeling. It's not a kind of like a intellectually you understand something. It's totally start to change you. When the real compassion comes, it comes with the kind of like the strength and the wisdom. Then when you want to do something, it's not a kind of like you afraid to do it. Because when the idea comes for you to do, you completely into that action. You don't afraid for things. So that compassion take you out of that all the boundaries. And then it make you more comfortable person for do things for others. So that is the very necessary thing. So that is the bottom line. So then two things. So your expression should take you towards to see things as it is. And your engagement should bring the ability to perform with the compassion. And that when that two things come together out of your life, you're going to perform your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. And according to the environment and according to the situations. And then you come to act appropriately. And that is where your highest level of human consciousness going to active properly. So it is just a kind of like not but just by thing, it is a total transformation happened with the body and mind both. So then before you die, before you come to your last moment, each and every day, how you can uplift it and how you can bring that current to you. Because sometimes you may practice meditation and you think, oh, my life is going to be so peaceful. When my death comes, it's going to become so peaceful. After I die, I'm going to have a nice journey. It's not going to happen like that. While you're living, you have to pick up this current day by day, day by day. So that's where when it comes to your activities, start to do things as the whole person. Engage with your whole body and mind to that. That is where you bring that growth to yourself. So as you may know, our human brain, newly born baby to 80 years old person, the brain is the same. There's no any kind of new developments happen by age. The brain complete after few months when you are in the mother's womb. Anymore, no any growth going to happen when you come to this world. So in the mother's womb, it already set up, complete. So with that complete growth, brain, you come to the world. But the activities of the brain going to become totally different. The child not going to use that much the brain capacity. But by the time, little by little, when we get old, when we become matured, we start to use more and more and more our brain capacity. But the thing is this, that by the time our behavior going to affect for our physical mental abilities, that is the greatest risk that in front of us we have. So when we lose like this Venerable Masters, when we lose like these teachers, one of the thing is, it is just not a person. That's the thing. They have so much wisdom they accumulated through life. Why? Because more than us, they used to engage with their life. They are very authentic, very raw level of life. With the body and mind, they used to engage. And out of that, they accumulated a lot of wisdom. So when they die, when they passed away, they don't pass away alone themselves. They die with that. All the wisdom they collected, it is a great loss for us. Because we will never get that. Why? Because look at our life. We have no opportunity even, we have no environment for ourselves to engage with our physical body and mind itself. Why? Because we get the help out of a lot of machines, technology, and consumer product. And maybe look at your parents that sometimes maybe you know how they cook your food, prepared your food, your meal, and without destroying any kind of minerals or the vitamins. But today, we don't know how to do that. And we don't know how to have a living room or environment without refrigerator, microwave, without blender. Sometimes we don't know how to do things. And sometimes some people don't know without coffee machine how to make coffee. We don't know. But our old style, boiling hot water, or maybe putting coffee into that and maybe having that coffee pressure by hand. And you make a coffee, but sometimes some very young people don't know about it. It is not just knowing something, that is the engagement with our life to environment. So this Venerable Master used to be with a lot of Venerable Masters, meditation teachers, and he had so much experience traveling around the world and giving teachings to people and engage with people, and he knew a lot of things about the characters. And sometimes today, we don't have that opportunity to even look ourselves now. We just talk to these machines, and we know, oh, there are people, and join with us Zoom and join with Facebook or the YouTube and watching us. But that is not, it's not going to nourish our wisdom. It's not going to nourish our life. Because the real wisdom come out of the real engagement with the people and with the environment, naturally, physically. When you lose that, it's totally different. So that is what happened. We're going to lose this wisdom day by day, day by day. And we're going to have a total different life by the time. And it is just not the different life. We start to lose the connection with the truth. That is the danger. That is the danger. And then by the time it's kind of like, we know things and we do things, but it's everything in our head. And then finally, we come to a point, it's kind of like we are zombies. Why? Because when in real life with the people, we become so allergies. We are allergic to people nowadays. But we talk about the compassion. We talk about loving kindness in front of the computer, but we can't handle with the people. What's the point? Talking to a computer or the machine or so with the cell phone, what's the point talking about the compassion? So that's why this wisdom path, always remember, this wisdom path is really you engage with people naturally. So then whenever you have opportunity, pick it up. Even though we maintain this way, don't remember this is forever. So then yourself, you have to be very careful not to addicted to this, not to depend on this too much. And by yourself also, whenever you have opportunity, as soon as possible. So wherever you go, try to engage with naturally the environment, with the people, the nature, animal. So that way you start to learn something. That what you learn through your life is become kind of like a real wisdom. So through the meditation, even though we develop that observation, by the time, remember, you have to shape your character out of it. If you can't do it, you lose something. So that's why it is your responsibility. Generations to generations, remember this path is so old, it's 2,600 years from Buddha to today. All the enlightened masters, they came through many, many situations, but still they're able to practice themselves, and they're able to share it and give it to the next generation. It doesn't matter. When we look from today to backward 2,600 years, that the people went through many difficult situations, but still they able to preserve this wisdom. So then ourselves also, even though today it's a kind of like a challenge for us to to deal with this, all the machines and the technology, algorithm, that consumer product, the comfort, these kind of things. But still we can. We can, because this truth, this understanding is more deeply into ourselves. So you can hold it, you can recognize this, you can be with it. And then you can give it to the next generation as the gift. So this is going to be the most beautiful gift, because this gift you can't find anywhere. So that's why when the world go away from it little by little, when you practice it every day, little by little, you start to go towards that beautiful gift. And by the time, whenever you have opportunity, and give it to someone, share it to somebody. And then that, when the day you go away from this place, and someone will take it, pick it up, and will move forward. But at the same time, you have to remember, out of this practice, so you have to shape your character yourself. Don't just be the same person yourself. Don't caught up on the dogmas that you carry on your head. It doesn't make any sense end of the day. Shape your character. And at the same time, with the compassion, bend your all joints, and with the compassion, with the respect, do things for others. And if you develop these two qualities in you, remember, that's going to be the greatest contribution to the entire humanity and to the world. And from your point, when the day you die, this place not going to be a dark place. You're going to die leaving the light to the world. And whoever next there, they will take it. Why? Because the truth is going to be truth forever. And whoever looking for it, and if you hold it to that, whoever looking for that, they will find you. The only thing is hold it to it. Hold it. Maybe it is very hard sometimes. What is not hard? Everything hard. Becoming good is hard, and becoming bad also it's hard. And becoming right is very hard. Becoming wrong also very hard. It is not easy. So then forget about the hardness. Find the way that what is profitable for you. And then you will see, hold it to the truth is hard, and then but it is profitable for you. And you hold it to that. And then it's always, you have to remember, you can do a lot of things for others. Maybe you don't see it. There are many ways. So the practice in meditation is not a kind of like just you sit and close your eyes and you spend yourself. There are a lot of things you have to do for other people. So you sit for the meditation. When the time comes, you become disciplined to sit for the meditation and leaving all other activities. So that is a profitable skill. And there is another skill. And just imagine, your meditation is so good, comfortable, feel relaxed, and that the day that you find the flow, and in that flow even, to get out of your cushion, get out of the butt comfort, and To do the necessary things for other people also a profitable skill. Rather than, oh, I feel so good today, forget about, other people, whatever happened to them. Oh, I found my flow today, I'm going to do the meditation. No, you're cutting that off there. This is enough, done. And get out of that comfort also a skill. See, that get into meditation is a skill, and get out of the meditation also a skill. So you have to balance that both. You have to sharp that both. And when you sit for meditation, you think it's for you. For you, it is that time for you. When you get out of the meditation, you have to think that time for others. So that way, you sharp your character and develop your expression inside, and at the same time, you develop your engagement. So when you're able to balance that both, your journey day by day, you pick up the current day by day, become profitable more and more and more. And it's not just maintaining your life, you bring it higher, you bring it higher, you bring it higher. Even you die, you're going to born with that current. And from the day you born, from that point, you pick up the current, and you go with it. And it doesn't matter that wherever you go and whatever you do, even the environment, this, very dangerous animals become a blessings to you. And even sometimes human will come against you, but the nature going to be a friendly with you. How beautiful it is. I tell you an example from today. There was a mother in another country, 3 years old, own baby. There are videos on that internet you can see. Herself, he throw the mother to a bear to eat. See, the mother, 3 years old baby, and throw the baby to the bear. See this, if the mother did it, there's no way this anyone, helpless. But this bear didn't eat the baby. How beautiful it is. When when the mother throw it to the bear, but the bear didn't do any harm to the baby. So how kind of safety that you can find like that from the nature? Have you seen sometimes we walk, unknown, maybe the tree or the, power line and the thunder, mudslide or piece of rock sometimes can, fall into our head. It's everywhere happening. But when you go into that profitable way of current, that is real. That's the Buddha's teaching. You gain the safety out of this nature, environment, unknown animals, very dangerous, environment. You pick up the strength and current. So then that is why you remember, you're not going to go this journey alone. This nature knows this. Don't forget that. Whatever you do, this nature knows that. That's why even when the day Buddha, attained to that Buddhahood, the Mara came and told, oh, you are not suitable to become a Buddha. Get out of this, get out of this. And at that moment, the Buddha didn't have anyone to talk behalf of him. And then what he did, he touched the earth and told, this earth knows I am suitable for this or not, because I sacrifice so much and I practice so much, and this earth knows that. So in that very moment, the earth start to move a little bit. And the Mara was so afraid for that, hearing that. So like that. And sometimes you think, oh, I do my life, this is me, I do whatever I want, or kind of like that. But if you look very carefully, the walls at your home, all the material things, even though it is not have a consciousness like us, this all energy, don't remember that, don't forget that, this all energy. So you are also part of energy. It has a deeper connection. So then don't remember that, don't forget that you just practice this alone just by yourself or like that. No. Whatever you practice, when you are in this path, you are not alone. That is one thing that you have to remember. So then whenever you are, that when you have time, little by little, pick up the current, be into that. And then when the day comes for you to leave this world, and you're going to have a very pleasant journey. And it doesn't matter where we go and how we end this. And by the time that you're living here, you have done your best. So that's what we need. So with that, today practice we're going to dedicate for our Venerable Master Homagama Kondanna, who passed away yesterday. And he was a very close teacher for me personally and for our students here. And he used to share a lot of wisdom in this place. And personally for me, he used to give so much wisdom. And I learned a lot of things from him, which I can't find from books. But we got it and we develop ourselves. We're going to move forward, and whatever the journey he left yesterday, we're going to pick up from that point. And whatever that the practice he used to keep doing, and we pick up from yesterday, and we start to take it forward. And we start to bring the more and more light to the world. So in you also part of it, then your responsibility is the same. So then remember yourself. When you practice today, in the very beginning, it is your responsibility to develop a very balanced mind, and out of that balanced mind, have the clarity. And out of that clarity, recognize that yourself, that what you experience, and be very clear with that. And again and again, brush up yourself and see how things come to be as they are. And once you have it, and when you get out of the meditation, sacrifice your life to do something for others. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit ourselves. So your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes yourself 3 times and say Supateva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, recognize it through the sensation. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. So say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So by the power of this meritorious deed, our most venerable Homagama Kondanna Nayaka Thero, if he living in a low existence, may he able to attain to high existence. If he living in a high existence, may he able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Tavata chammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo Idamme ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo idamme ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñātayo Imaya dhammānu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribundhisami dhammi punyakammam asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.